Come to order, friends, because tonight's case arrives with a price tag stapled to its poster: $110 billion in savings. That is the number Homeland Security attached to its new green card rule this week. And a number that big is doing a job. Most coverage will read you the price tag. This desk reads the fine print, and the fine print of this one tells you exactly where every dollar of those savings is scheduled to come from. Spoiler, jury, nothing in the budget gets cut. Someone just goes without. The rule first, plainly stated. Homeland Security is reviving what immigration law calls the public charge test, tearing up the 2022 version and going wider. Immigration officers may now weigh whether a green card applicant has used Medicaid, food assistance, or housing support, and may consider age and health in deciding who gets to stay. And here is the government's case for it, word for word, from Citizenship and Immigration Services spokesman Zach Kaler. The Trump administration is upholding the rule of law and protecting American taxpayers from subsidizing aliens who may become dependent on public benefits. Now the poster number. More than $110 billion in savings over 10 years, per the department's own projection, attached to a 475-page rule. Protecting taxpayers, a $100 billion haul. That sounds like waste, found and eliminated. Some vast fraud finally shut down. Hold that impression, jury. Exhibits coming, because the mechanism inside the projection is the entire case. Exhibit A, how the math works. The savings do not come from any program being cut. Not one benefit is abolished by this rule. The projection is behavioral. It forecasts that families facing the new test will stop using benefits they legally qualify for, out of fear that a Medicaid card or a food voucher today costs a relative a green card tomorrow. The dollars appear on the ledger when eligible people go without. Read that mechanism twice, jury. The rule's own accounting is a prediction of how many families it will frighten out of the safety net. And this forecast has a track record, because we have run this experiment before. When a similar public charge expansion took effect in 2019, researchers documented the chilling effect in real time, and it reached far past the applicants themselves. Adriana Cadena, executive director of Protecting Immigrant Families, laid out the mechanism. People who are not even targeted by the rule, like the U.S. citizen children of immigrants, stop using needed benefits over fear of how it might affect a family member's application. Citizen kids pulled off Medicaid and nutrition programs their country promised them as collateral. Cross-examination. Because the defense has real material here. The public charge test is not an invention of this administration. It has lived in American immigration law for over a century. Preferring self-sufficient immigrants is a policy position a government is entitled to hold, and voters are entitled to support. If the administration stood up and said, "We are restoring a stricter standard because we believe in it," that would be an honest argument this court would host without a verdict. But that is not the claim on the poster. The claim on the poster is savings. And savings that exist only if eligible families flee programs Congress built for them is not a budget line. It is a deterrence forecast wearing one. So who benefits from the savings costume? The rule does. Protecting taxpayers, $110 billion reads like fiscal discipline, the kind of housekeeping every audience approves of. The actual mechanism, fewer eligible children at the pediatrician, would poll rather differently. Wrapping the second thing in the first thing is the whole play, jury. It lets a rule whose engine is fear pass as a rule whose engine is thrift. And the bill lands in September, when the rule takes effect over the signature of Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin. It will apply to the hundreds of thousands of people who seek green cards every year, and through them, to every mixed-status household making a quiet calculation at the kitchen table. Is the checkup worth the risk? The last time that calculation ran, the answer, documented, was citizen children losing coverage. That is who fronts the $110 billion, jury, not fraudsters, families doing exactly what the law allows. The verdict, then, on the label. The rule is real, the policy debate is legitimate, and the projection may even prove accurate. That is precisely the problem. What it projects is fear working as designed. So strip the costume off the number and say it plainly. The $110 billion is not cut spending. It is the price of scaring families out of care their kids qualify for, invoiced in skipped checkups and empty pantries. When a savings number needs children to go without to come true, jury, believe the mechanism, not the poster. Court is in recess. I'm Madeline, and this is Pixel Politics.